Okay, this is going to be great. A video showcasing Montreal's best comic book shops. Ooh, what is that?
Oh, did I make it on time?
Make it on time for what? Hey, are you me?
From the future? Yes. Well, 8 years to be precise. I'm gonna need you to not do the video you're about to do.
Which one?
Oh, right. I uploaded every day back then.
Well, and how did you supposedly get through to me from the...
No time for that. The top 10 comic book shops and manga shops in Montreal with the most friendly ambience. You must not go on with it.
Why not?
Well, because 1, you're only just making guesses, and 2, you need to be absolutely certain you're giving the proper recommendations for these comic book shops.
So you want me to wait 8 years to do it?
Exactly. Let me lighten your video upload schedule.
I don't know.
Well, would it help if I told you that this channel does eventually get to almost 1,000 subs? And we do have a constant, steady comic book shop.
Really?
No word of a lie, I'm being honest.
Okay, go for it.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
A few moments later.
Best comic book shops and manga shops in Montreal. 8 years ago, it's got over 1,000 views. Hey.
Sorry viewers, I'm redoing this list. Here are updated recommendations for collectible and comic book shops in the Montreal area. It's geeking time! Well, that was quite the hassle to get done. I can't believe I had to go all the way in the past, the 2017, to ask myself not to do a video. I'm not gonna lie to you, 8 years ago, I was just making a list to what I thought people would like. Some of those shops are still gonna be on today's list. It's been 8 years, and I've actually gone to these shops. I've taken the time to get to know more of these shops, and now no longer there will be a manga shop on here, but there will be some collectible shops. So I am super excited to actually give you an updated list with honest recommendations if you are visiting Montreal and you want to check out some of these comic book shops and collectible shops. Well, if you do ever plan to visit Montreal, because Montreal is a very beautiful city, I will say that, great culture in general, and we do have a lot of comic book shops and a couple of collectible shops in Montreal. So if ever you find yourself in the Montreal area, you're looking for some comic books, or you're trying to find some of those graphic novels you need. Maybe you want to find some trading cards or retro collectible cards. Or maybe you've been searching for that collectible figure for the longest time, and maybe you want to see if the shops here in Montreal have them. Maybe you want to find a comic book shop where you can play some miniature games. I'm here to help with some recommendations if ever you find yourself visiting the beautiful city of Montreal and you do want to visit some of those shops. 8 years ago, I did put a comic book shop on the list that I absolutely adored, and I spent a lot of time perusing through the back bins. How I wish that comic book shop was still around. Library Astro, it closed down in 2018. It's 2025. It's been 7 years since it closed down, but I still cannot forget that shop. So let's just take a little moment to remember Library Astro in the heart of downtown Montreal. Gone, but never forgotten by any of us here in Montreal. That being said, let's get to the list. Just to let you know, I will let you guys know what metro stations, what buses or whatnot you can take to get to these places. Here are my top 10 recommendations for comic book shops and collectible shops in the Montreal area. Let's go. If you were to ask me close to 20 years ago if this comic book shop would be on my list, I'd be like, there's no way, to be quite honest with you. Now, they went under new management in 2017, but then the pandemic hit. Now they're under new management again. I went in 2023. It was really cluttered in there, but still nonetheless, there was a lot of cool hidden gems in there. Captain Quebec. Now this is right again in the heart of downtown, right on St. Catherine Street. You just need to take yourself the Guy Concordia Metro. A few minutes walk from there. You go, it's downstairs, and I think now there's an upstairs portion of Captain Quebec. And again, it's cluttered now, but there's so many comic books in there. There's some CGC comics. There's a lot of collectibles. There's a little space for the action figures, but then there's some strewn all across the shop itself. Actually, I was fortunate enough to get some of my earlier Spawn issues and the earlier Spider-Man issues from Captain Quebec, and I even purchased the original Spawn figure back from there. Even the Batman you saw in the beginning, all that came from Captain Quebec. If you're looking for a shop downtown, like in the downtown area of Montreal, that reminds you, it's reminiscent of those old comic book shops from the 80s and the 90s where you want to go in and dig for hours, I highly recommend Captain Quebec for that. So once you're there, go enjoy yourself, peruse all the comic books, take a look at all the action figures. Yeah, it'll be a fun time for you guys. I don't know, can you tell the difference? You could still tell that it's me, right? So there's no way that Superman can get away with it, or those Kato mask wearing superheroes. I digress. This next entry, I guess you could say I'm kind of cheating a little bit in a sense, but this is actually a store you can find in the shopping malls. So it's more of a little bit of a chain because there are 3 stores out here in Quebec. Now what I'm talking about is Boutique Imaginaire. This place has everything you are looking for in a store. So there are 3 different locations. There's one at Carrefour Laval, there's one at Fairview Pointe Claire, and there's one at Promenade St. Bruno. Since these are 3 different malls further out from Montreal Island, you really just need to find the best route that suits you to get to either one of these malls. I recommend all 3 of them, but my favorite is the St. Bruno Mall one. Now at Imaginaire, you can find everything. You can find Funko Pops, you can find statues, you can find Lego, you can find Playmobil. They've got tabletop games. At the cash, they have little mini trinkets. They've even got accessories. They've got mangas, they've got comic books, and they even have collectibles. It's a very, very fun place. And apparently this place was started in 1986, the year I was born. So I had no idea. I've only found out about Imaginaire in the last couple of years at the St. Bruno Mall. But still, nonetheless, a very fun place. And I have found some cool comic books there. I even found this really awesome little Skeletor from the 2000X Mode 2 series. So I highly recommend going there, whether it's Laval, whether it's the West Island, or whether it's St. Bruno Mall, which is the one I grew up with. You will not regret it. You will have such a fun time. And to be quite honest with you, at Imaginaire, you'll get lost and your imagination's gonna run wild. It is called Imaginaire for a reason. A smaller shop on the list, Comico, is one of those places where it's got a ton of comic books. They don't have very many collectibles. I'm not sure if it's updated now, but they do have a lot of comic books and they have a lot of graphic novels. They just moved recently. To get to Comico, you're gonna wanna go to the Plamondon metro station. You just gotta take the 161 bus and then walk to Comico. A very fun place, a little smaller shop, but again, you can get lost in there if you're looking for a bunch of stuff. It's further out from downtown Montreal, but hey, it's still a fun, unique little shop nonetheless, and I do suggest it. If you recall back in my Uber Eats vlog that I did a couple years ago, I was stopped into the old location of Comico and I picked up some comic books there. So I have yet to be in the new location, but I would like to go check it out. So I'm shifting the focus a little bit with the next 2 entries. These are collectible shops. Boulevard des Jouets, most popular toy and Funko Pop collectible shop in the Montreal area. What you're gonna wanna do is go all the way to the Snowden Metro, and from there, I think it's about a 10-minute walk. But once you get in, it's a small place, but half the store is Funko Pops, and then the other half of the store are basically nothing but collectibles and statues. A lot of NECA figures that I've acquired for my collection, whether it be RoboCop, horror related, Godzilla. I found a lot of them at Boulevard des Jouets. It's a great store, very friendly shop owner as well, and you can find pretty much anything in there. So if you are more a fan of the newer stuff and higher end collectibles, 100% Boulevard des Jouets is for you. And if you're coming to visit Montreal and you're looking for a collectible shop, please stop into Boulevard des Jouets. One shop I find myself getting lost in more than Boulevard des Jouets every time I go. You guys saw this one in birthday haul I did 2 years ago. Collection Plus AG. Collection Plus AG. Now this is all the way in La Prairie, which is the south shore of Montreal. So it's a little further out to get to. So from here you gotta go from Bonaventure Terminus Station. You're gonna go all the way to Gare Centrale where the trains are. You're gonna take the A train all the way to Brossard, and then you gotta take the 450 bus all the way to the location in La Prairie. You walk a bit, but once you get in there, holy it's like a treasure chest of action figures. Every single time I've gone in there, I don't even know what to grab. There's so many things in there that are so cool. There's a section for Ninja Turtles. There's a section for rock and roll figures. There's glass cases. There's sections for sports figures. There's so much in the shop. It's so fun. And every time I go in there, I 100% get lost, but I cannot recommend going to the shop enough because it is so cool. This would be a toy shop in my area that I love to go to. So please, if ever you do want to go further out, much further out than the Montreal area, go into Collection Plus AG. You're going to find yourself seeing things that are like, oh my god, I can't believe oh wow, I can't believe they have this. Cosmics! Because it's almost like comics, but it's cosmics. You're gonna go all the way to the Côte-Vert 2 metro station, and from there you're gonna walk about maybe 5 minutes or so. You get inside, it's a smaller comic book shop, but a really awesome comic book shop nonetheless. Actually, this is the shop where I picked up my Al Simmons from Spawn the movie and the quote-unquote Urizen statue. I actually stumbled across this shop back in 2017 when I was trying to find some comic book shops to go to. So I cannot recommend this shop enough. Go check it out. It's a lot of fun. Chances are you can find yourself some really unique stuff in there. Like I said, I picked up Al Simmons and the Urizen and I didn't realize them. The prices at Cosmics are very, very, very good. The 1 million comics on Jean Talon, and I didn't mention them on my list 8 years ago, and they still are here 8 years later on my list. To get to 1 million comics, you're gonna go all the way to Pine 9 metro station, and then you're gonna wanna take the 139 bus, and I believe you stop right in front of the shop, which is cool. Oh my god, what a shop. You walk inside, and you're bombarded by collectibles and statues, and there's even more collectibles as you go down. And then on the left is all the wall of comic books, the new stuff. They've got some collectives. They've got in the middle, in the island, back issues galore, card packs at the cash. Holy crap, like this place is so freaking cool. This is actually one of the 2 comic book shops that when I go on vacation in July for my birthday, I want to go back to because it's just so freaking cool. I've never ever had a bad experience there. I've always thought that they were super friendly, super knowledgeable too, always willing to help. I just cannot recommend 1 million comics enough. Get yourself over to 1 million comics. You are gonna have a blast in there. And if you come back to Montreal, you're gonna wanna go back there if you liked it. Okay, it's not at number 2 this entry, although I do love the shop. There's a reason why number 2 is placed where it is. Crossover Comics. This shop I've come to adore over the years. The staff is so nice. They are some of the nicest people that I've met in the comic book shop. Them and my 2 other entries, to be quite honest with you, and 1 million. They are some of the nicest people I've met in my life. The owners are really chill, and all the staff are just so, so sweet. You saw it on my free comic book day vlog this year. Everybody is fantastic. You gotta get yourself all the way to the Lionel Gru Metro, walk up that escalator, walk down, and it's about a 10-minute walk to Crossover Comics, in case you're wondering how to get there. They have action figures, and I'm so sorry I never got the chance to film the collectible figures that they have on the wall, but they've got some collectible figures. They've got anime figures, they've got manga, they've got a kids section, they've got little golden books. Upstairs they've got the wall with the new comics, and they've got all the Funko Pop basement with all the back issues and everything. Oh my god, guys. This is, like, honestly, if you're going downtown Montreal, this is the shop to go to. If you get yourselves to Crossover Comics, tell them Boomer the Nerd sent you. Well, this is technically the epitome of a warehouse. Comic Hunter. Basically, Comic Hunter, you go all the way to the Sauve Metro, and you're gonna walk about 10 minutes. But once you get there, you are in for a wonderland of comics, collectibles, anything you could find in there. I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago that they moved to the new location. The Ripclaw and Shadowhawk you saw me re-review recently, I got those at Comic Hunter, and I've got a lot of comic books too at Comic Hunter. This place has everything. Massive, massive, massive. They've got new comic books. They've got a selection of old comic books. They have selection of action figures. They've got posters. They've got VHSs, DVDs, Blu-rays. They've got everything you want. This is a place that, again, when I go on vacation, this is most likely a place that I will be going toy and comic book hunting on. So stay tuned, because that's going to be a lot of fun. Comic Hunter is, to me, the second greatest comic book shop in the Montreal area. You can go on their website, you can see the inventory list. And holy moly, I was looking at some of the comic books that I'm missing. Comic Hunter has it. And you know what? Not just that. If you go on their website and you find something on their website that you need or you're looking for your collection, they can ship it out to you. Mark the Comic Hunter is one of the nicest guys. He is one of the most knowledgeable people in Montreal when it comes to comic books. Comic Hunter is the place to go, just outside of the downtown area. Go to Comic Hunter, and you can always go to their website, comicbookhunter.com, and see if they have anything if you're planning to come visit Montreal. Of course, number one has to be my comic book shop, Check Swing. Les Cartes de Sport, sports card, Check Swing. Brossard, the South Shore of Montreal. I drive to Check Swing. I normally take the Champlain Bridge. However, if you are finding yourself taking any buses, metros, whatsoever, you actually have two ways to get to Check Swing. First things first, you're going to want to go all the way to the Bonaventure terminus to the Panama bus station. From there, you're going to want to walk about, I think it's maybe 10 minutes. So that's your first option. The second option is still to go to the Bonaventure terminus, but go all the way to the Gare Centrale where the trains are. You're going to want to take the A train all the way to the Panama terminus. So either way, you're ending up at the Panama terminus. And it's about a 10-minute walk. You're going to go all the way to the Portobello Mall. And once you get to the Portobello Mall, Check Swing is right inside the Portobello Mall. I don't know what I can say that I haven't already said about Check Swing. I have my normal comic book haul that is Check Swing. It's my Check Swing comic book haul, guys. It's my shop. It is my favorite shop. And despite the fact that they don't really have collectibles, I've shown you guys what they have. They've got the cards. They've got the games. They've got the graphic novels. Holy do they have the back issues bins. But it's the ambience. I just love going there. I want to feel like it's a friendship and it's a connection when I go. And that's what I feel every time I go to the shop and I talk to Dom. It's fun. Sometimes I feel like the time is passing by quickly because we're talking so much, but it's so fun. I cannot recommend Check Swing enough. Outside of the downtown Montreal area, it is my absolute favorite shop. It is a shop that I have been going to for the longest time, since I can even remember. But for the past 3 years now, they've been my solid shop. I'm the happiest I've ever been going to a comic book shop. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If ever you find yourselves coming to visit the Montreal area and you want to go to a comic book shop, guys, I highly recommend Check Swing. And please, if you go there, tell them Boomer the Nerd sent you guys. Eight years later, more knowledgeable with the shops in Montreal, better educated recommendation for you guys. So yeah, if ever you do find yourselves in the Montreal area, I'm not gonna lie to you, you cannot go wrong with any of these shops. Mind you, yes, Boulevard des Jouets and Collection Plus AG do not sell comic books, but if you're just looking for action figures, you cannot go wrong with any of these places on this list. They're all fantastic. They are all great. Highly recommend all these shops. But if ever you come to Montreal and you visit one of these shops, let me know what you thought of my recommendations, or if you visit any of the shops without my recommendations, stumbled across them, what you guys thought about the shops nonetheless. Or if you live in the Montreal area, hey, let me know what your favorite comic book shop is. All right, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. I actually have some more card packs that I need to open up, so I should probably get on that. And also, I'm going to be heading over to Check Swing, and I'll be having another Check Swing comic book haul coming up. It's the dreaded 13th episode, so maybe I'll find some weird, spooky, horror-related issues for that episode. I hope this was informative for you guys, and I hope that you did find this, helpful and useful if ever you do want to come visit the Montreal area. With that being said, though, if you are brand new to my channel because you do like comic book content, you love countdown lists, or if you've been watching my channel for the longest time, you haven't done so already, please and thank you, subscribe to my channel. Also, click the bell to be notified whenever I got some brand new content out. If you're liking my content in general, let the algorithm know. Click that thumbs up button. And also, guys, share the video. Share the video with people so that they can know what's going on in the Montreal area. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Go back to doing what you guys were doing. I think my time machine's broken now. Maybe I'll fix that time machine and see what I can do for the future. Anyways, get out of here for the day. I'm gonna get out of here for the day. Stay cool, stay nerdy, keep hunting, keep collecting, keep visiting those amazing comic book shops. Comic book shops are an amazing business, and guys, let's keep the comic book shops going, especially in this day and age. I'll see you guys in the next video, and as always, it's cool if it's nerd cool. Laters, guys!